Hi, Marilyn O'Malley here of MarilynO'Malley.com, and welcome to all of you. Today I'm going to share a really powerful tool, and I'm going to teach you how grounding empowers you highly sensitives and empaths. This is probably one of the foundational things that I teach a lot of my clients. I'm going to teach you what is grounding, why it's important for highly sensitives, and I'm going to tell you how you can ground yourself. And so, what is grounding? Grounding means that you are connected into Mother Earth, and you might even ground up into your higher self, into Source also. But it's a foundation. It's an exercise in connecting ourselves to nature, to bigger energies than ourself, right? That's what Mother Earth is, right? And Source is bigger than ourselves. So those energies help us to feel stable, to feel that we have a foundation in which to launch ourselves through our day, or that have our backs in some ways. And so grounding is key to being highly effective in your day and manifesting a healthy and meaningful life. And it's an important tool for your mind and your body, because when you're grounded, you there's less stress in your life. You feel calmer, there's peace, and I'll share some more of that as we go along. But let's talk about what ungroundedness is, because a lot of you might be more familiar with that. So ungrounded people feel unfocused, spacey. You might feel like you're out of your body, you're out of touch with your needs, your feelings. When I'm ungrounded, I feel spacey. I feel like I can't focus on anything. I feel like I'm a leaf on a windy day, because when I'm ungrounded, see if some of you can relate to this, that whoever comes into my life during that day, or whatever things happen, I am so affected by them that I don't have my own willpower, in a sense. I am just influenced by the people that are around me, and how they're feeling, and what they say, and how they're directing me. I'm not in charge. I'm not in charge of me, and so I can feel very disconcerting. It can feel like I'm not connected to anyone or anything. Trying to feel. For some, it just it feels like you're out of your body, and you're kind of hanging out over here, and you can be in like daydream land, and really not even missing a lot of what's happening in front of you. Let's see what else. So think about for you. So how do you feel when you're ungrounded and not feeling connected to Earth, or to your higher self and Source? Just think of how you go through your day, and how are you easily affected by other people or the events of the day. And what happens also as highly sensitives, we don't really have boundaries. We grow up nurturing other people, and this isn't taught to us, right? I had to discover this, and I had to discover that I was ungrounded, that I wasn't grounded a lot, and I was affected by everybody around me. And so, what did I want to do? I wanted to shrink small. I wanted to hide out. I wanted to be around those people that felt good, but not around the people that didn't feel good. I got really picky about the things that I would do or not do, because I didn't feel like I would lose control, because I didn't have any control over my life. Like I said, I was a leaf in a hurricane. So can you relate to that? So one of the things that is very important too for you to learn, why do I want to be grounded? One is you manage your life. The other is this is how you manifest. So you manifest in the now, in the present, and we're here in our spiritual human bodies to be here on the planet. So we need to be in our bodies in order to do the things that we're feeling called to do, that we're feeling called to express and create. And you can't create very well or efficiently out of your body, or feeling disconnected and unsupported. So it's very important as a highly sensitive, as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as and anything, as a mother, to be grounded and in your body. You can pay attention to, you can see and have feelings about, what's going on with the people around you, with your children, and I'll get into the benefits of that later also. So being out of your body or ungrounded is an avoidance reaction to your feelings. So one of the things that happened, again, as we're highly sensitives, we have traumas that happen as a young child, or our sensitivity, we get overwhelmed and overstimulated by all the people and the things around us, right? If we're that leaf growing up, and however mom is and however dad is, and sisters and brothers in school, and just that alone can be overwhelming, and feeling all of that can be overwhelming and overstimulating. So what did we learn to do? We learned to kind of get out of our bodies. We don't want to feel the pain that other people are feeling. We don't want to feel the craziness that's going on. We don't want to feel the fear that we're picking up or is legitimate. We find a way to cope. We're not taught. So we figure out our own things, and part of the coping can be getting out of our body. And then there are some people that come into this world that are very much that they see things in a different way. So they are out of their body a lot, and it's really hard for them to be in their body, because they kind of see things from this place. So they don't necessarily have to have a trauma to be there, and it's not a lot of people, but they might be very spiritual people where they're always connected, they're always with their higher selves and source or God, or Buddha, or whatever their religion, that they are tending to the spiritual world, and I want to say more of the higher realms than they are to the physical realms. So that serves them, but there's also times that they need to be in their body. So I just want to distinct and say, there are some people that's where they came here, and where they need to spend time because they're doing work, their work in that way. But still, they need to come back in their body to live their daily, get their needs met in certain things, have relationships, etc. That's important. So you can think back to when you were a little kid, and what did you do to cope? Did you go hide out in your room? Did you daydream? Did you play out things in your very creative mind, right? Highly sensitives have a super creative mind. So a lot of times when we're experiencing the world with our sensitivities, also our mind is running away with what can happen, stories, all sorts of different things. So we can create these things that make even more overwhelm and overstimulation in our bodies, that that we just kind of want to go and relax and be in this kind of escape world. I don't want to feel that. I don't want to know that. I don't want to be here because it doesn't feel good, or it feels like overwhelming or too much. So think back to what did you do? And what do you continue to do? Because that's what you learn to do then. You usually continue to do that. It just becomes a habit. You know, it might be when the world gets really overstimulating, you retreat, you go somewhere. So you back off. You know, when you really have a deadline at work or something, because you're not grounded and you're not managing, you might then find ways to distract yourself, or see, it puts you into stress, right? You get stressed out. It puts you into fight or flight, that overwhelm, overstimulation. You're on high alert, and your body is stressed, and you're trying to calm yourself down. So you will avoid taking risks and doing things that might be really valuable in your business or at your work, like public speaking. It might be really important that you learn how to give talks if you're a certain business, you're a salesperson, and it stresses you out because of all these things and ideas and beliefs that you have about giving public speaking, and or being in front of people, or stating your opinion, speaking your truth, whatever it is. And you might back off from that thinking, no, it's not for me, when it really is. That's one of your challenges, is to learn how to express yourself, but you don't know how to ground yourself. You don't know how to manage that energy and how to cope with those other things. So once you learn, like, the grounding, it will really add add a new dimension to your life, and a new way that you can use for coping in your world, but also releasing energy, not storing other people's energy, how to manage and not be blown around by other people's energy in your life. I'm just looking at my notes here. So, when you're ungrounded, you are less able to deal with stress and everyday realities, maintain healthy boundaries, right? And think with a clear head. So you're more vulnerable to outside influences and other people's energies, opinions, and beliefs. And you'll find it hard to separate your feelings from other people's feelings, since you're not in touch with your own, okay? So problems associated with being ungrounded: foot, ankle, leg problems, feelings and manifestation of lack. So lack of money, support, safety, connection to others, confidence. So you don't feel abundant when you are not grounded, and you're out of your body, or disconnected from yourself. Clumsy, you might trip and fall and bump into things, into your physical environment, because you're not in your environment. You're not aware of what's around you. Trouble communicating feelings and who you are. So as a businesswoman, right, or a leader, or a businessman, entrepreneur, even managing in a CEO, branding. Your branding is being able to communicate who you are. And so that's really important. And if you're not grounded in yourself, that feels very distant to you. Adrenal problems from so much fight or flight, from the stress. Weight issues, holding on to weight and fat to feel safe. Unconscious eating, eating to stuff feelings. So, we're again eating unconsciously, right? So when you're in your body and you're present, then you're grounded. You kind of know you're paying more attention to what would really nourish me, but you're also seeing the psychological problems or the psychological issues, like I'm eating to stuff my feelings. I'm eating because I'm afraid. I'm eating because I'm overwhelmed. I'm eating because I'm celebrating. Your awareness comes back, and so then you can deal with your feelings and stuff, so you don't have to eat them. Avoidance of issues, right? Scatterbrained, airhead. You just like don't want to deal with life, so you just like, I'm taking a vacation, but it might be years of vacation that you've been on, instead of just dealing with, we're problem solvers, you can solve problems, but we're making issues bigger than they are, and by avoiding them they become even bigger, because they're not going to go away, because they're there to help you find you. And then avoidance of past family issues, you need to feel to heal. You need to feel to heal. And so again, kind of like you avoid things. So if you're avoiding issues, if you are a people pleaser, if you keep putting off things and making yourself last, and not dealing with the things that you're experiencing, then you're not grounded. And grounding would really help you, and help you feel empowered to deal with those issues, and not that you have to go back and re-experience them, but just recognize, like we're just talking here, just recognize how you showed up, what happened in your life, and how that's playing out now. Addictions. So when we're, again, because if we get ungrounded, we're easily influenced by other things, or the avoidance, not taking care of our own pleasures, meeting our own needs. So we tend to use things, again, to help us cope. Highly sensitive to chemicals, electromagnetics, food, cosmetics, and planetary rays. So when we are more grounded and stuff, we can create intentions, we can create healings and stuff, so that we, again, are not that energetic leaf in the storm being influenced by everything around us. So the more grounded that you are, the more you can expand your energy without feeling like a leaf in the wind. Grounding gets us in a state of feeling stable, present, and focused. Grounding your energy allows you to feel you're more substantially connected to your purpose. So you will want to align more with you, and you will find the activities and people and things that are aligned with you when you're grounded in yourself and you're more aware of who you are, right? So if you can't feel you, then you will unconsciously not trust others, right? Because you're not even trusting yourself. If you can't trust yourself and be grounded in yourself and trust that you can, one, do what you say you will do, two, that you can solve problems that are in your life, and trust that you're resilient, that you're creative, you're resourceful, right? If you can't trust that, you're not going to trust that other people can either. So that really creates a big divide between what is possible for you and your potentials, to being stuck. So grounded people can count on their intuition, their abilities, their experiences, and therefore they're able to handle almost any situation. When you're grounded, you're present in the moment, you're calm, you're ready for action, you're empowered, you're peaceful, you're not thrown off balance by events and circumstances that are around you. So grounding allows you to tap into the energies of the earth and your higher self and source. They're really nourishing, unconditional, loving energies, healing energies. The earth is a powerful source for receiving energetic nourishment and support. When grounded, you can release waste that you've collected in your energetic systems throughout the day or over your lifetime for transformation. So when you're grounded, you can just, the energy that you're taking in, you can just let it go. You have some place, you can just think about it. It's like it's just like circulation. It's like a wave coming in and a wave going out. And so there's always energetic motion happening. It doesn't just come into you and then stay, right? And that's kind of like when we're out ungrounded, we're kind of like a victim, that we feel like things just happen to us. They just come in, and then you in your mind just kind of imagine that everything just sort of stays there. It's stuck, right? You're magnetizing these bad experiences, or you're magnetizing, you're the person that's around you is depressed or angry, or and then somebody's happy, and like you just feel like you're a sponge, but the sponge doesn't wring out. And so when you're grounded, you get this feeling of there's input and output. So there's always this flow, and you can always be clear or clearing, right? So and then that way, you see, you're managing. You're not a victim to the things that are happening around you. Okay, so being grounded makes your life easier because you're in your body and available to feel your feelings and experience what is around you, so you're better able to intuit and take care of yourself without having to react to a chaotic world constantly. So your awareness grows, your consciousness grows, your ability to problem solve, your intuition comes in and is guiding you. You feel connected to everything, so all the supports that you need, you feel supported. You don't feel fearful, you feel more abundant. So all the things to support you in whatever is happening or whatever you're wanting to create is there for you. You can see it, you can feel it, you can find your way through it. You're a great problem solver. And your creativity just goes off the charts. So again, how would this benefit you in your business? Being a mother, being a leader. Just being you. Just having a great day, right? Like you could intuit and flow through your day and have an incredible day. All right, so let's get to how does being grounded benefit you, right? So it raises your energy and it increases your personal power from all the things that I shared. So, I just shared how it benefits you, yes. So let's say, how do you ground your energy, right? So be in nature. Get yourself in nature every single day and be barefoot or lay on the sand or the grass 20 minutes or more. Hug a tree, garden, so sit on it. Become aware of the birds or the things around you, the butterflies, the bees, hummingbirds, etc. Just that sort of like awareness will help to ground you. Move your body, exercise, swim, run, dance, play a sport, whatever. When you're moving your body and you're feeling the earth underneath you. So this is like conscious movement. So it's not moving spaced out through your day, bumping into things. It's like conscious intention of movement. The other is like, just think of a grounding cord. So on here in YouTube, I do take you through, there is a grounding experience that I take you through, so you can just look up grounding too. But think of a grounding cord right now. Just think of at the base of your spine, imagine that there's a cord that will ground you, or actually I'm going to make it easier. Think that there's a tree trunk, a tree moves through you, right? And that at the base of your spine is where the roots start to go down, and they move down through your body, down out your body, into Mother Earth, down your legs, out your feet, out your bottom. It's just like, so there's these incredible, beautiful roots that are moving straight down to the center of the earth, but also moving outward and down. And as you do that, you can probably, wiggle your bottom and feel like, oh, I feel connected. You can do that like standing up. You feel like, like you're heavier in sense. Your body will feel more solid. And it might feel uncomfortable at first if you're not used to doing this, but play with it and learn to what it feels like to be grounded, and you will ground multiple times a day. So what you can do is do that grounding and then say, any energy that's not mine, go back to your owner or go down the grounding cord. Anything I don't want to hold on to, any electronics, anything that I've taken on that isn't good for me, just see it going down those roots, and Mother Earth will just take it and transmute it. Nothing for you to worry about. You don't have to process anything. It's just like, let it go. And then you can also ground up. So you can imagine like a light beam going straight up through the center of your body, up your spine, up to your higher self, and then connecting into Source or God or the quantum field, whatever you call it, that's important for you. And just feel that energy going in both directions. And there's energy coming down, and unconditional loving energy, healing energy, revitalizing energy, and it helps to wash all that. And it not only comes down through your head, but all around you. And so it's just washing all the energy that's not yours away, and helping it go down into Mother Earth. And Mother Earth is like, I think of her as like fertilizer. Like she's coming up and she's just bringing up all these great nutrients, and she's just holding me and giving me whatever it is that I need. And I find that just in my day, and I take walks in nature every day. I hug trees on our land. I watch the birds, and that really all, and all of them have incredible energetic messages for me too. So, and you don't have to hear anything, or there's just energy that's very powerful that you'll pick up on also. So listen to healing music. That's very good. Meditating, again, coming into your body and paying attention to what's going on and letting go of what you don't need to pay attention to, right? Feeling your feelings, and let yourself be vulnerable. Feeling feelings. And so a lot of highly sensitives are thinkers. We think about our feelings and we don't feel them, because that's been part of our coping mechanism, was like, I can't feel everything because it's too overwhelming, too overstimulating. I don't like it. I don't want to know what everybody else is feeling, or it makes me feel sick. You don't understand. Some of you might not understand that you're feeling other people's feelings, and you think something's wrong with you. But a lot of what you have is a lot of other people's feelings in you that are making you feel sick. So, so to get to really know what your feelings are versus other people's energy, what your energy is, and to maintain that. Use guided visualization. Again, thinking just of ways of being grounded and centered and letting go of things. I shared with you the trunk. Drop your attention into your lower chakras and feel into the energy there. So yes, dropping into the base of your spine, into your womb or your genital area, and then feel that energy coming up towards your belly button, and then up into your solar plexus. just hanging out in that area. Feel the breath come all the way down to your belly. See if you can feel your heart beating in your womb or your genital area. See if you can feel heat or expansion, like breathing again down in there. Breath is really good too. Taking in a breath, a long, like 5 count breath in, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That calms you down, that calms down, and breathing all the way down. If you breathe up here, it's stressful, so breathing deeply gets you into your body. Having sex gets you into your body. Now I want you to have meaningful sex. Don't have meaningless sex just to get you in your body, because sometimes that can be traumatic. So, or pleasuring yourself, it's like becoming aware of how you feel pleasure, how you feel pain, what are you feeling? And so any of that awareness is really grounding. Hula hooping, dancing, moving your hips, Hawaiian dancing, moving that lower area and really feeling it and letting it go, and just feeling how your body likes to move or doesn't like to move, and what happens when you're moving in those areas. Playing with animals or children gets you in the moment and into your body. So there's many ways to ground yourself. And I hope that you try a variety of them, and know that if you're just beginning this, and actually in this day and age with all the stuff that's going on, and all of if you're on social media a lot, and if you're doing a lot of things, you need to ground multiple times. So anytime you kind of get pulled off of your foundation, feel like the rug's been pulled out from underneath you, or you feel unstable, come back and ground. Come back and ground. If you bump into something, oops, come back and ground. I'm out of my body. And once you start to do this exercise, then it'll become more natural and become a habit. But just notice the things that pull you out of it, and then help you be responsible for pulling you back, not waiting for something else. There's nobody else is going to ground you. You need to ground you. So I hope this was helpful. You can also do some affirmations. I actually have an affirmation here for you guys to try. I am totally grounded and centered in my body, in my own space, allowing me to fulfill my every need. So you might say that, and say that from the heart at least 3 times. Again, and just sometimes just saying, I'm grounded, I'm grounded, I'm grounded, and feeling that will get you back in. So there's all sorts of ways that you can play with this that are lots of fun and very effective. And let me know how this works for you. Let me know how it's changing your life, and let others know too. It's like, let's spread the word here about how important grounding is, and being in our body is, and how beneficial it is for you as leaders, entrepreneurs, game changers, healers, right? Healers, very important. Empaths, very important to be grounded, so that you're not taking on other people's information and gaining weight and putting on a lot of fat in order to protect yourself. So also not being stressed out and taking on other people's energy as your own. This is very important now, very important for you all to learn this, and teach your children, because it is a coping skill that's a positive coping skill, so that they don't end up using other things that aren't healthy for them. And I wish you an incredible, grounded, loving, healthy, and fulfilling day. Until we meet again, love, live, and matter.